have finished the dress, the 1930s black satin bias cut evening gown with the deco embellishments that were popular in the 30s. And I did go through a bunch of my 1930s needlepoint and women's home type of magazines, and I saw lots of examples, and I'll try to post a few pictures of the rhinestone type embellishment, the metal kind of embellishments, and of course the halter style, a black slinky dress. First of all, let's see what I did with it. I got my oldest daughter to be my model because there's no way I'm going to fit in this dress. This is a really tiny dress. And if you remember, originally it came all the way up to the top of the bodice, and it had a third buckle like bow thing. And I'm convinced while working on the dress that originally it was a lower plunging dress like it is now, which was the popular style, and that maybe the dress was remade over for a smaller, younger girl, and so they made it a higher neck and added the third buckle. It looks like on a part of the skirt that perhaps that buckle and bow originally was part of the skirt, and it was moved in order to make it a higher neck of the bodice, so the cleavage wasn't so visible, which would be keeping in if they remade this for maybe a high school student to wear to a high school prom or something in the 30s. I'm sure there were probably stricter codes and stuff. So first of all, we redid all the seams. I hand stitched all the seams. We redid all the gathering. It's going to be hard to see on the black, but I'll try to lighten the film as much as possible. Because if you remember, all that was pulled out. Someone had crammed themselves into this dress, like probably in an antique store, and had busted out all those gathers. So we've redid the gathers. I fixed the buckles. I fixed the bows. I replaced everything. And we fixed all the hooks and eyes. We replaced the buckle and the bow on the back, and there were a lot of seam pops back in this really cool pleat that's on the back that really accentuates the rear end, and so I had to fix a lot of those popped seams. It looked like probably it had got stepped on, which is a common problem if you've ever worn a long evening gown and you have high heels on. So it still has this fabulous back, the halter style sort of V-back. I did find some more magazine illustrations that showed the popularity of this back. And of course the whole style of the dress, so popular in all of the major magazines of the times and illustrations, and there were a few photographs too. So I'm really happy with how the dress came out. It was, if you remember, if you've been watching since the first part of the series, the dress was in terrible shape. And I think I've restored it pretty close to probably how it was originally with the neckline, and I'm not exactly sure what was going on the skirt, but I think one of those buckles and bows somehow went down there. For just the sake of finishing the dress, I've just left it off and just consider it a spare part. So this is the 1930s dress, and I'll make sure to put a bunch of pictures up so you can really look at the befores and the afters. And we want to thank my daughter for modeling for us today. So this has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thank you. Bye.